Time to pipe up over the pipeline. Later this week, the southern portion of the Keystone pipeline is expected to be up and running, making oil deliveries between Oklahoma and Texas. But still no decision from the White House on passing the part of the pipeline that would be bringing oil from the north. Sandra, you say do that, and we'd really see gas prices here head south.
Yeah, this would merely be icing on the cake if we were to see the rest of this Keystone pipeline unleashed. We're looking at a very bearish situation for energy prices in this country right now. Gasoline prices are down significantly. If you can imagine even more refining capacity with the Keystone pipeline delivering oil to those key refineries, you're talking about substantially lower energy prices. So, Charles, we're seeing more oil production in the United States than we've seen in over 2 decades. If we can continue on this path, we could say goodbye to importing foreign oil, and it would really make us much more energy independent in the country.
More energy independent, Gary K., more better safety. I mean, just all of the above. You can check every box up there, and we'd all appreciate it, but still nothing from D.C. on this.
Well, look, every drop counts. The good news is we're in a bear market for prices, and that's where you should start attacking. You got to remember, prices are about supply and demand, but it's also about traders. And if traders recognize that something's being done and more supply is coming on, they're going to sell and sell and sell more, and you'll see prices tank even more. And that's another big boon to the consumer. Would love to see it.
You know, Charlie, I guess the administration's got a whole lot of things they're dealing with. You know, Take your pick of all the different controversies out there, but once you start pushing oil through this pipeline, showing that it works, it's environmentally safe, where does the argument go from there?
You know, I'm of two minds of this. Half of me says, listen, if they can produce more oil, it's good for inflation comes down. They can keep printing money forever, you know, and that'll be good for the stock market. The other half of me. I was just kidding about that, by the way. But the other half of me says, listen, there needs to be a conservation effort here. I don't think now. I don't think that, you know, the price of gasoline is way off the charts. I don't think we're suffering because of where oil is trading now. I don't think we need the supply right now.
Do you have a car?
Yes.
You do, and you drive it?
I have 2 cars.
Because gasoline prices are much higher than they were 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay. There's something called inflation that factors into that, and you're right. It's higher, but I'm also saying that, you know, maybe now is not the time to be doing it.
You know,
Charlie, there's never enough supply, by the way.
A great point, Gary.
Well, of course, but except when the Middle East is boycotting you.
Adam, here's the thing, though. In the past, Adam, you've actually said that you were mildly in support of Keystone. Where are you now? By the way, oil prices shot back to 100 this week, so we know how quickly they can go back up.
Well, I'm in the same exact place, and I'm smiling because I hate to be, you know, relentlessly optimistic on this program, but the price of oil in the medium term, Charles, is obviously coming down. We obviously are becoming energy self-efficient in the United States because of the shale oil boom in the United States. And so the large point here is Keystone really
I don't get this, though. Is there a level on the downside we should be comfortable with? Why not take it as low as possible? Why not take advantage of all of our resources?
Charles, if you want to take oil as low as possible, trust me, that will hurt the economy. If you see oil go down to $30 or $20 a barrel, nobody will be happy with that situation.
How would that hurt the economy?
Oh, Charlie explained to him how it would hurt the economy because
well, it drives down the prices of lots of goods and services. I mean, listen, there is an issue with this. And by the way,
no one could make a profit in that scenario.
Do we need more oil? I mean, there needs to be.
Well, let's go.
Listen, I'm a conservative.
Hold on 1 second.
By the way, it's a finite supply.
It is a finite supply, but we haven't hit peak oil yet. I don't think. Sandra, it's on you.
Let's hope we never do.
First of all, the decisions we make on oil and gasoline in this country shouldn't be based on our current situation. Unfortunately, Charlie, we need to look out into the future.
Yeah,
and
that's
Gary,
when it's going to be depleted.
No. Hold on. I completely disagree that the price of oil is coming down. We're still looking at oil at $100 a barrel, despite the fact that oil production in the United States is at a 20-year high. Why is that? Because we've got populations around the globe surging, and every day they're buying more cars. They're pumping those cars filled with gasoline,
which is a good thing.
And that's taking more oil.
Right,
we
know
need
that.
to start looking into the future and prepare now.
Listen, the future is there. It's there. The question is, why do we need it now? You tell me it's going to take 10 years years to get this thing up and going when we need it, when we actually need it. And by the way, with shale gas, we might not need this as much. And I'll tell you, it's always good to plan for the future. I'm worried about
there should not.
So this is what I'm saying.
It's the same. I'm telling you. Think of it logically. Why do we need it all now?
Sandra.
Keystone
What
will get
better
approved.
situation can we? What better situation can we put the United States in than to be energy independent, and to the point, Charlie,
now?
where we can be exporters of oil
now?
rather
Why
than
not?
net
I don't-
importers? That
Gary,
puts us.
I don't even bring in
now
Gary
because
Kay.
there's
I don't
no
even-
Why do we need it now? Why do we need it now?
Gary
I don't
Kay,
even
come
know
into
why,
this.
I don't even know why there's a debate. We have been debating for the last 30 years about how the Middle East is controlling things. How about us controlling things? And Sandra
But Gary,
said
they're
that
not
if we
controlling
can
things right
export
now. You
this
just
to-
said they're not
Thank you.
controlling things. We
Thank you.
just proved that we're producing more oil now. We have a shale gas revolution.
Charlie,
they are
we're
not
still
controlling things.
importing
They are not.
foreign oil.
They are not
And
controlling.
we
We're
should-
still importing foreign
And this is where
oil.
we
Let's
should put
be
the
Nothing
hammer
wrong with
down
that.
and do
oil.
more
Well,
and
a
more.
lot of people would say that we shouldn't import any oil if we have our own.
But
Let's leave it there,
we
though, guys.
will
Let's
at
leave it
some
there.
right.
point.